Hello, Meg here. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about the Native American flute. I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction to the instrument. Now, a good deal of knowledge about the Native American flute and flute melodies was lost due to centuries of oppression from the U.S. government of the people and their culture. Many contemporary Native American people do not know even if their ancestors played the flute. But after the folk music revival in the 1960s and the 1970s, interest in Native American flute music became more widespread, and recordings by performers such as Doc Tate Navakia and R. Carlos Nakai aided in the reintroduction of the flute into mainstream U.S. society. So lost tribal flute traditions gave way to new pan-Indian flute practices. Now, what do I mean by pan-Indian? I mean there was a blurring of the distinguishing features of the various tribes or nations and a more generalized idea of Native American. There's different ways of identifying as Native American, but this flute reflects pan-Indianism. And the construction of and the performance on Native American flutes reflects a combination of traditions from across North America. But one defining feature, one feature that's on just about every Native American flute is a vertical block. On mine, sometimes it's called a bird. This one is a condor. This can be called a saddle or a fetish. But any Native American flute is going to have a vertical block as a defining feature. Now, there are some other features when you're playing the flute melodies, ornaments, decorations to the melodies. One of them is called a lift-off, and this is when you release all of your fingers at the same time at the end of a note, and it creates sort of a percussive popping sound to end the note. You hear that pop at the end of the note. That's not unique to Native American music. It happens in Chinese music, for example, and to some extent in Irish traditional music, but it is a feature of Native American flute music. A feature that is unique to Native American flute music is something that's called the warble. And the warble happens on the lowest note of the flute, all fingers closed, also called the fundamental. You're going to have a very wide vibrato, a wide fluctuation in the pitch, and it's going to be somewhat slow. So that wide vibrato, the warble, happens naturally on flutes that are able to do it. Not all flutes can. This flute can. I can create a vibrato on another note that's not the lowest. I'm doing that with either my diaphragm or my throat, but the warble that happens on the lowest note will just happen automatically, and it's a feature that's prized among Native American flute players. Today I'm going to play a song for you written by R. Carlos Nakai. Remember, he's one of those people who helped reintroduce the flute into Native American society. He, in an effort to make it easier for more people to play the flute and learn about it, he invented a system of notation, which he named after himself. It's called Nakai tablature. And built into that system of notation is freedom of rhythm. So the rhythm is not going to be exact, and from one flute player to the next, it's going to change a little bit. And maybe even from one performance of the same flute player, it will change a little bit. Like speech, the rhythms are irregular rather than regular. Even R. Carlos Nakai, performing his own works, will do it slightly differently every time. So that's built into this notation of this song. The song is called 12-13-82 song, as in December 13th, 1982, which I'm just going to presume is the day that Mr. Nakai wrote the song. So I'm going to play it for you now, and when I'm playing it, listen for the lift-off, which I'm going to add extemporaneously, and listen for the warble, which will happen on the lowest note. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Follow me for more.